As a small indie team of 9 people, making an epic JRPG adventure game is a huge and work-intensive task. We believe that the labor done so far and its results are already quite an achievement, but we're still a long way away from getting the game to where we want it to be. We're getting started with just a small portion of the world and the start of the story currently available to play. As the early access unfolds, so will Edge of Eternity's story, not unlike an anime season, actually. On a regular basis, new chapters of the story will be unlocked, allowing you to continue the story. Oh, that was perfectly timed, apparently. Go away, mouse. Whoa. Whoa. My encoder is overloading like crazy, and it's saying that's like 50% CPU usage. Let's see if I can get you, like, calm down a little bit or something, because, that's gonna be a problem. Let's see. Custom. How about high? Give that a go. Alright, that took CPU usage down to 25%. 28%. We can probably work with that, right? That was a big spike. I don't know what the default settings are like, but my computer was losing its mind a little bit. Alright, so this is a JRPG, and I'm doing a one-off Let's Try episode, so I guess we'll see how much I can... Oops. We'll see how much I can reasonably get through in one episode. But what I do know is that this game features columnar joining, which you know if you saw my Twitter and so on. So I've already found that. But bonus points if we can find that in-game in the one-off starting episode, right? Let's go.
30 years ago, strange metal airships appeared in our skies. We didn't know who they were, nor what they wanted. They first presented us with gifts, small tokens of their incredible technology. In exchange, all they wanted was food. Then they asked us permission to mine our soils. And finally, they wanted to take our crystals from us. We refused. They answered with fire. A slaughter. The consort took into his hands to organize the resistance, recruit the people, band them together, train them to form an army capable of facing such an overwhelming power. At the price of many sacrifices, we finally broke through their defenses and managed to turn the tide. We were beginning to win this wretched war. That's when it struck. The corrosion. It quickly spread through our ranks, poisoning our bodies, twisting our limbs, warping us into some terrible caricature, half organic, half machine. But we wouldn't yield. Despite the fatigue, the sickness, the hunger. Then I got a letter from my sister. She told me that our mother had caught the corrosion. What would you have done in my place? Yeah, I thought so too. During one of the Archelites' most ferocious attack, I slipped my dog tags on someone else's body. And I slipped away. That's how I became a deserter. My sister and I were determined. We wouldn't leave our mother to die such a terrible death. But everything comes with a price.
A snowstorm. Just our luck.
Come closer, Daryon. I can't hear you.
Hey, we're leaving footprints. Well, kind of.
If the storm keeps up, we won't make it to Heryon. We have to take shelter, Celine.
I know the perfect place for that. It's also a shortcut.
You can't mean... Well, that's just great. How much time do we have? To save Mom, I mean.
She was stable when we left. I bought us some time. A few months, I think. After that, I fear the pain will be too much to endure. Even for her.
No time to lose then. I just can't wait to be there.
Sarcasm?
No, I'm just cold.
Found it, I think. I'm not entirely sure. That looks like the basalt columns already, though. Holy crap. That's one of the fastest times to column rejoining ever, if that's the case. It's hard to make out in the storm, though. Definitely big Final Fantasy vibes.
Did you ever see someone die from the corrosion?
Yes. What about you?
I have.
No need to talk about it further then.
Even if she's putting on a brave face, I'm sure Mom's sickness must weigh heavily on her shoulders.
Come. The entrance is just over there.
I was gonna make some broader comparisons, but the text is the same font as Final Fantasy 15, even. But yeah, like fantasy setting and so on with monsters, but then technological advances and mechanical airships and stuff. It's developed by Midgar Studio.
Is there some kind of cure to be found there?
Not exactly, but I have a trustworthy contact there with reliable information.
How trustworthy exactly?
I would trust him with my life.
I wasn't expecting such a dramatic answer.
Well, then you've underestimated the level of dramatic person you're dealing with. Look at this cave. Bioluminescence everywhere. And glowy crystals with lightning bolts coming out of them just for, you know, just to really seal the deal. Who messed up these? Who's the dick that did this? Why would you do that? Just leave the mattress on the beds. Is it monsters? Did monsters do that? I mean, the moral of the story is always that men are the real monsters.
So, Daryon, how does it feel being back here after all these years?
A little anxious. I wonder if it is still around.
Ah, I know who you're talking about.
Really? That thing alone killed half of the miners who worked here. Where did I get the stupid idea I could avenge them all by myself?
Don't forget the part where I come to the rescue.
No chance I could forget that, especially with you around to remind me.
Pursuing Celine's master, find the cave's exit. Potion. Alright. It's a pretty enough game. There's definitely some technical limitations, like how when I first, like in its current state, where like when I first launched it, it was losing its mind. There's some Z fighting on that texture right there, and like the cave's popping in. Like I can see it popping in while I'm walking down it. But the first thing I would probably want to change is probably just the interface. There's something like that part, like, out of the entire screen, the one part that looks all right is probably this, like the tile that is my current save. That has like a nice spacing to it and everything, and some background details and the character art. But the windows that pop up, like the overall window here and the one for my potion and stuff, just had a weird placeholder giant empty square effect. Although a lot of the indie games I play keep that until the final version, and it's still there at the end. And I'm like, no, you were supposed to replace that eventually.
This strip sure takes me down memory lane.
Isn't that?
My old wooden sword. Yes. I had to drop it during our escape, remember? Celine, watch out!
Tutorial. First steps in Edge of Eternity battles. They got a health bar and an ATB bar. During an action, the ATB bar is replaced with a cast bar. Okay. I got a little thing that tells me what my controls are in the corner. The ATB fill. Oh, active type battle. So is this a turn-based strategy, but with the whole? I think it's going to be turn-based RPG, but with the whole thing where the bar it's based on the speed meter, so it's not quite same turn order all the time. It fills with time. Speed depends on the character statistics to determine who will play next. When a bar is full, the character or enemy is able to attack or use a spell. This empties the ATB bar. You or an enemy receive damage. Well, attacking during battle. Select attack. Choose a target for attack. I probably largely get this already, if I were to guess. It is now your turn to play. Select an action on the action bar and target an enemy. Can I move around? Nope. Okay. So, spells, none. Okay. Actions. Skip turn, attack. Let's do attack. On this guy, I want to see if attacking the guy that is about to go affects their turn order. Doesn't seem to. Where was that a mechanic? Was that, I am Setsuna? Advanced time is X. So you can intentionally spend some time moving forward. So neither of them seem to have spells, they just have attack, basically. Huh. I kind of thought that they would stay where they go. Like, you'd go attack the guy and they'd stand over there. Because going back looks a little weird. Because yeah, they're taking the approach of having everyone stand still in a line, like older JRPGs. But if you're gonna do that, then usually you have the benefit of having like a bunch of camera angles, like to cinematically show off the scene to make it look cooler. Like generally, like a 3D JRPG the camera will keep moving around and cutting around to kind of show what's happening, because controlling the camera directly with your joystick doesn't seem important. That said, those games normally take place in like an alternate universe whatever time you do a fight, where that one seemed to be taking place in the room the fight happened in. Maybe the lack of cinematic cameras because it was going to go through the walls half the time.
You okay, Celine?
A bit surprised, that's all. I didn't expect that these mines would still harbor golems after all these years.
And they're just as ferocious as before. It's a good thing you already knew how to use magic, else we wouldn't be here to talk about it.
And on top of that, I was the one who dealt with Mom afterwards.
What can I say? You're a saint, Celine.
She already knew magic. I couldn't cast a magic spell when I was there. You were inexperienced. Battle rate is calculated based on battle's difficulty and duration. There's rewards. Weapons can level up. Okay. Look at damn crystals. If I didn't already know, I would definitely expect Colin joining to show up at some point, just because whenever a game loves to show off glowy crystals like this constantly, that's like the next step. Look at that. What's crazy is that, generally speaking, crystals can kind of form these really bizarre shapes and really geometric patterns and so on because of crystal structure. Whether they're large or small, deep down to their base structure, they form those patterns. And when you have a bunch of weird cubes that are all intersecting with each other, it's usually because they formed a bunch of cubes independently.
How the crystals worked anyway. I mean, I learned how to use them, harness their power and all that, but as for the source of their powers, beats me.
Weren't you instructed in the way of the crystals during your military training?
We were expected to fight, not ask questions. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound bitter.
Do you want to talk about it? The front lines, I mean.
Maybe another time, if you don't mind. I'd rather have you explain the crystals to me.
Equipping crystals. You can loot crystals during quests and battles. These crystals can be slotted into a weapon to unlock spells or improve your character's statistics. One crystal is linked to a single weapon, not to a character. Oh, crystal tab. You receive a crystal for Celine's weapon. Oh, you just did. Okay. You always start with the bigger crystal. Click on it to open the options. Okay. Shining Shard. Inflict magic damage on an enemy. Okay, there we go. Inventory crystals. Ember of Strength. Increase physical damage dealt by 1%. There's a lot of pop-ups in the way of the other interface elements right now. You can select which item you carry with you in battle in the battle items menu. Okay, can you... Ah. Okay, I clicked on something without seeing it because that thing was in the way. Fire Rift. Inflict magic damage on an enemy. So we've got that now. And I have no other crystals to equip at the moment. I assume they both already have a weapon equipped, right? Characters? Hey, you have Fire Rift right now. We should be fine. Oh, that's a big one. You used Fire Rift on the energy wall. Oh. Maybe they'll add an animation for the fire later.
To think this sad piece of work haunted my nightmares for years.
You sound disappointed.
Yeah, he's smaller than I remembered him. Uglier, too. Hey, isn't he wounded?
Years don't seem to have been kind on him. But don't let your guard down. I don't want to have to take another blow for you.
Remember us, creep? 10 years I've been waiting for this.
I loathe to use the Force this way.
He's badly worn out. We can do this!
Its magic is almost completely depleted. It is holding up by the sheer strength of its will.
Oh no, it's trying to protect its babies. We're the real monster here. Now, something's gonna happen, isn't it? I feel like something is gonna go wrong when I attack it. Like there's some sort of reason. Oh, it has a lot of... It just has a lot of health. It has a lot of health. You are now casting a spell. While casting a character's action bar will turn red. When the bar is full, you'll cast the spell. You can be interrupted by physical attacks during this phase. So I was just stopped from casting the spell at all? Crap. 250 MP. So if you get attacked at all, you just lose the spell? That's brutal. It says left and right bumper change your camera, but also the right stick changes the camera. I kind of thought that it would do like angles or something. Alright, let's deal with the other guys. Maybe I won't be able to cast a spell against that guy until we defeat them. Because so many people are attacking. Just, she's so much weaker at melee attacks. Probably should have attacked somebody else with her so that he could do all that damage anyway. I suppose we'll get away with that. Please attack the other guy instead. Hey, they're doing it. There we go. Alright, show me that spell. It's more damage, but that guy has a lot of hit points, actually. He seems so close to defeat. So clearly this fight would be completely impossible otherwise. This guy was talking, they were talking about being so underwhelmed by him, but they would have been destroyed utterly if it wasn't for the fact that, that this person is so weakened. Ow. I think we're gonna have to heal up. Or I could just commit. He'll be dead in a moment. Let's commit. He'll probably die before he gets another attack off. Not like that. Ow. Oh, that's... wow. Health bar's longer than it looks. There we go.
At least I can put that episode behind me. Now, all we have to do is cross the Krog Forest, and we'll reach Hiralsor in the,
Don't be so eager to change the subject, Daryon. Even if we destroyed that creature, you still owe me your life.
Oh, come on. That was a long time ago. It's history now.
Is that so? Should I remind you that because I saved your life, Mom learned about my powers and sent me to the cloister against my will? 8 long years of...
Oh, I knew you'd say that. I'm sorry, all right? Is that good enough for you? Can you let it go now?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll let it go. I won't bring it up again.
Thank you.
I'm just saying you owe me your life. That's all.
The exposition is strong on this one. It's half fun sibling banter and half we must explain our tragic backstory now. You okay? There we go. Hey, an edge of eternity, the time and day weather can influence your battles by modifying enemy elemental resistances. You can see actual element balance in the element influence bar on the top right of the screen. Oh yeah, there it is. So we currently have the water effect. When an element is highlighted, it means that the element's damage is multiplied by 2. When it's red, oh, well there it goes. I'm guessing that the far left one is lightning is amplified, and the right one that's red has got to be fire. They're a little small, but I think that's fire on the right and lightning on the left, out of the two that have a thing on them, which makes sense because water. Let's open these first. There we go. Yeah, equipment. I'm sure I'll figure it out. There, oh, it's Y. There we go. Get those points in there. Magic, defense, and defense. It's bonus magic, actually, so maybe... Select a new item for the slot gloves. Well, I just wanna unequip it. There, oops. I was just thinking maybe I should give it to the other character, but maybe you can't. Maybe I can equip it from here? No? Yeah, it says you have to pick something else. There's no empty slot option. So once you have something in, you can't take it off, I think. Maybe. New crystals, because you just got one that should be able to fill this first slot. Boom. That'll help out a bit. Definitely a world that's big on bioluminescence so far. It's like Subnautica above water. This is another gemstone. I'll never get this straight. It'll always bother me. We have a dedicated start button and we have a dedicated select button on all these controllers, which was true back then too. But it's always Y. It's always the top. It's always Y or triangle that opens the real RPG menu. Somehow. What color was it? Maybe it only works for the other character? Oops. No, I don't think we're good. I think it was, might have been, where are we? Crystals. It's a magenta stone, which is like really far away on the tree for both of them, really. I could fight those guys, but I kind of want to just see more world in our time scale. So if it's an optional fight, I'll probably run past it a bit just to see more of the setting in the time we have. Maybe they don't want to fight either. They're just wildlife, right? Oh, they're chasing me. Okay, so it's one of those ones where you can run around, you can run away from encounters in the world, and they'll just chase you down. What are you guys? Are you boars? Oh,
I'll make one.
oh, you're right. I probably I probably healed when I got to the save point. Oh, they're not quick kills. They're not quick kills. Oh. Man, spells are really interruptible. When a character that uses a physical attack against an entity that's currently casting a spell, red gauge in progress and cast state, the entity is interrupted and has to choose a new action. So that's just 100% always happens, huh? Getting away from an enemy is often a good idea to avoid interruption since physical attacks usually have an attack range of one nexus? Wait, so we do have an attack range? Wait, how do I get away from the enemy? Excuse me? Oh, move. Oh, you are an enemy moved to a nexus grid. During battles, you can move to an unoccupied nexus using the move action in the action bar. Each nexus can contain up to 4 entities. Huh. Now the fact that this is all on one fixed camera without the usual JRPG like camera animations makes a whole lot more sense. Because it's this isn't more of a strategy RPG in that it's a turn-based, tile-based combat game. But with the ATB system, surprisingly. So now she can just safely cast back here. But also Daryon's gonna take so many hits because he's the only one in attack range. So there's the trade-off. No. Sorry, actions down on the D-pad? There we go. I'm like, how do I select the potion? Better heal up, buddy. There you go. Okay, now that system makes way more sense to me. It's a somewhat weird camera angle. I don't know. I guess maybe it's just habit. I'm used to viewing this kind of genre from more of a top-down angle. There's like a claustrophobicness to it a little bit with it being down here. Get him. What? What does that mean? Oh, he's probably doing an attack that's gonna hit those 2 nexuses? Is that... I mean, they love their terminology in JRPGs, but calling a tile a nexus? Is that really what they called it? That just rolls off the tongue. Let's just call them. I mean, I'm gonna call them hexes because I'm sane. The Dunraun. Oh. Not quite. I'm like, oh my god, the basalt columns, I found them. But no, it's man-made basalt column constructions. I've seen the screenshots. I know there's real ones. I've seen them. As far as the eye can see. But no, this one is like a shrine.
The bridge is down. No way to cross. Well, I should be able to make a makeshift bridge with one of the trees.
That is going to take forever.
Have a better idea?
Let me check it out.
These are old military devices, Celine. Abandoned a few decades ago. They're no good anymore.
They were powered by crystals, weren't they? If left alone for a few years, even depleted crystals can recover a little bit of energy. Let me try to tap into it.
Moving in, wait, combat? Oh, now they're telling me how to move. You can't enter a nexus where an enemy or scenery element is located. Okay. Attacks and traps are listed as being a square. I'm sorry, as being a red hex. I don't know why I said square at all. It just kind of came out. We have to move to those 2 locations, I guess. This is where they were planning on teaching me about the movement system on this platform that is conveniently exactly the proportions of the Nexus grid that you use during combat. There you go. We've done it. Shining shard. One of you might be able to use that now. Yeah, you can use a yellow, and you can use a yellow. Oh, +1 magic. Obviously you. Thunder Rift. Inflict magic damage on an enemy. There we go. New inventory. Oh, it's just the new crystals. We have 2 separate magenta stones. I upgraded her, but she can't. No, there's no magenta in range yet. Man, who's leaving all these glowy chests around? How'd they even lose them? You'd think it would be easy to find a chest when it's glowing. Maybe it's not glowing. Maybe it's only glowing for me. But everything else in this game glows, so it's a pretty reasonable jump to be thinking that maybe these chests also glow. If you're hot on Final Fantasy comparisons, with the heavy emphasis on crystals kind of fit with the only just now concluded like decade of Fabula Nova Crystallis, the crystal trilogy that turned into a crystal quintilogy for Final Fantasy, which was 13, 13-2, 13-3, Type 0, and 15, which originally were supposed to be Final Fantasy 15, 13, 13 Agito, and 13 Versus, but then they got 13 got 2 sequels that weren't those ones because they're a mess.
Do the Anzid ask for permission before soaring up into the sky?
Okay, those are absolutely columns. That, yeah, there we go. That's absolutely columns. Yeah. It's a Christmas miracle. If the developers end up watching this, they're gonna be so confused by why I keep talking about those without the wider channel knowledge or context. Okay. Wait, am I attacking these? That just seems rude. Oh. Okay. Can I move to them? I can't move to them. What if I hit them with a lightning bolt? Is it just her, basically? Oops. Did I miss them saying what we were supposed to do? Have I made a horrible mistake? Lightning strike.
Take this.
Neat. Ineffective. Shit. Did they just say I was supposed to do something and then I missed it, and now I'm stuck in a situation where I don't know what I'm supposed to do? So we're holding X advances time, which really just means the hourglass runs out. Because there's nothing else going on right now. And you can switch characters when both their meters are full. So I guess that lets you delay your action until the other character does something first, or the enemy does something first, if that's what you're hoping to do. Yeah, I'm gonna double check the dialogue that happened a moment ago. Okay, no, I checked the recording. And the dialogue from earlier was just banter about like, are you willing to perform one more miracle, Celine? And then I was like, and then she made a joke about like, did the blah 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 ask permission before soaring into the sky? So I can't go onto those platforms. I can't go to those tiles that have the stuff on them. I can't attack them. My attempts at casting magic on them missed. I could try fire. Was lightning a mistake? Oh, they're torches that cause lightning lasers to light up a globe to power a... Yeah, obviously, of course, that's obvious. Who would not think that was what was happening? What? What? Okay. I did not think those were torches. Okay. Well, there you go. I thought I missed something vital, but no, they didn't give me any context for that at all. Best I had to go on was just, we used fire before, so I guess use fire again. It totally looked like a weird spire that I should charge with lightning.
Gigantic birds. They used to attack the Archelites' airships, so the Archelites, they...
Right. They killed them all. I remember now.
Look at this little glowy thing. Oh, you can harvest it. Frost cabbage. That's a name. But can I gather these directly? Whoa. Oh, hey. Oh, it's a cyber wolf. Whoa. Yeah. Why does it have a weird mouth on its head? You or an enemy is at a nexus with an enhancement crystal. Decorative elements can affect battles in an edge of eternity. Here, a red crystal is enhancing the attributes of the... it went away on its own before I could finish reading it. Alright, so the crystal is making him stronger, apparently. Which is bad for us, obviously. That makes them not really decorative elements at that point if they're affecting the match. I can't go to that. You can't even go to the same time. Oh, right, because there's an enemy there. Let's go to this thing. Maybe this makes me stronger. She's got a thing going on around her. I think she's healing. I think she's healing. Alright. Lightning strike. And, oh, lightning's their weakness. Double damage or something. Ow. You or an enemy's casting a spell. Some spell, they have a long cast time during which you're going to easily be interrupted by physical attack. Who's casting the spell? No one has a casting bar on them right now. Are you sure they're casting the spell? It says you or an enemy. Well, I can't move most places unless I want to just leave the fight. Let's just power through it. Yeah. Damn. There's some damage. And Daryon's going to be dead soon. I should try to deal with that. Yeah. Oh, you only have ethers. That's not good. That's not really good. Let's try to blow up the big bad. No big deal, just try to hang in there, buddy. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Oh, the light, so whatever the lightning thing is, it must have hit him. Oh, that thing has a lot of hit points. When your character's been knocked out. When a character's knocked out, alright, it's gone. Ow. Alright, I was down to 3 hit points just now. This is where me running... Oh, a resurrects. That's probably what resurrects people. Because of its name. Here's where me being underleveled because I didn't grind is going to become a real problem. I thought I could maybe get through a whole let's try without being overleveled in a JRPG, but that may not be in the cards. I may already be in some serious trouble. Alright, if you guys could just have fewer of you real quick, that'd be nice. There we go. So I was confused because I thought that was a damage over... I thought that was an incoming spell and I couldn't just find anyone who was casting. But I think the current takeaway is actually that instead it is a damage over time area that I need to run out of. Ow. Stop it. I'm guessing Ether is probably for MP. Let's use Thunder on the other guy, just to stop getting attacked by two guys every turn. Gonna run out of potions at this rate. Ooh, not a lot of him left. All right, finish that. There we go. And he's no longer, and because we ran backwards, he's no longer in the enhancement zone. That's really creepy. He's really creepy looking. It's like, oh cool, that's like a cool like cyber demon wolf, like if a wolf was from Doom. And then he looked down and the top of his neck was like the monster. It was like the it's like Oogie Boogie or whatever from Nightmare Before Christmas. Making Christmas, making Christmas. Well, I need to get away from him or he's just gonna keep attacking me. But I can't really cast spells in that time. Oh, I should have attacked him with melee. She's dead. Well, I can't resurrect anyone at this point, so that's not good. I am not going to survive this fight. Not if he's taking that much damage. Attack! No spells for you. Wait, he's just casting it anyway. Wait, you said that he could easily be interrupted by physical attacks. Stop it. What? So enemies, I guess that's why it has it. That must be why it had a lock on it. I guess when there's a lock on the casting meter, that's when they can't be interrupted. Whoops. Well, anyway, this is Edge of Eternity. I didn't quite get to the spot that I saw, but in the screenshot I found there's a level where you could see the columnar joining in the background, but also the entire floor under the grass was all columnar joining as far as the eye could see. It's like, oh my goodness, it's an entire biome of that one rock type. But yeah, thanks to the developers for sending me the code for this game, and if you want to check it out for yourself and also do the proper grinding so you don't get stomped by the first mini-boss, you can check out the link in the description to the Steam page for Edge of Eternity. Just be forewarned, as was said before, that this is the early access version, so if you want to wait for it to be finished, then you could just, you know, wishlist it and all that and keep an eye on it for the future. Thanks for watching like always, guys, and I will see you next time. What was that sound? That was a weird sound.